talking to you about workforce mobility and how to obtain a visa and work permit for China.
The visa used for the applicants in China is called the Zen Visa, or work permit. It has been issued outside of China in order to enter the country for work. The visa will cover most roles, including skilled and unskilled workers in managerial, technical, and research and education careers. The spousal/common law visa, which is used, is called the S visa.
The cost of the Zen Visa is $142, and for the spousal visa, which is the S visa, is also $142 Canadian.
Next is the travel documents required for the Zen Visa. So that includes your passport. Must be 6 months validity, and a photocopy of your passport must be provided, a clear copy of the information page of your passport in addition to your original passport. You also need the application form that includes your work permit.
You must have a recent photo that is in color of yourself, and you need any supporting documents. This could be your foreigner's employment permit of the People's Republic of China issued by the Chinese government authorities for human resources and social security.
You may need a physical exam or record that is overseas. This depends on the duration of the foreigner. You also need the copy or contract/appointment letter from the employer. You need information on any accommodating members, if any, that are coming with you. You also need a criminal record certificate within the last 6 months. And once you arrive in China, within 24 to 48 months on the Zen Visa, the organization of the foreigner should create an appointment to take them to the police station in the area they are living and register them as a resident. Also, they will be interviewed by an interviewing officer asking them why and how long they are going to be staying in China.
The travel requirements for the S visa include the applicant must submit an application to the Chinese embassy consulate through the travel agency/visa agency themselves or with someone close to them. Some required documents that they need is a passport, so at least 6 months validity. Application form. So the China S visa application form attached with a recent photo. An invitation letter from the foreigner who is working in China. So this letter should include information on the applicant, information of the Chinese visa, and any invitation information.
The time limit to work in China for the Zen Visa includes, it only allows for a duration of up to 30 days for the employee. However, if the resident gets a temporary residence permit, this will allow them to stay in China for up to 5 years. This permit allows for the employee to enter and leave with unlimited amounts. Also, with the S visa, there are 2 types of categories for this area. There is the S1 visa, which has a duration of greater than 180 days, which you'll need a medical check that needs to be done. In the S2 visa, there is a duration of less than 180 days stayed, and there is no medical check needed for this requirement.
Can a spouse, partner, common law, or same-sex partner work in the country? No, they cannot work in China. A spouse of the employee who has a S visa is not allowed. The individual would have to get their own related visa and residence permit. Are there any applications for spouse/partner who are in a common law or same-sex relationship? Same-sex relationship in China is not recognized in this country. However, unless you're the foreigner in Hong Kong or Beijing, the individual will be granted a spousal visa that is called the dependent resident status. This document only allows for the one employee to be eligible to work in China. Any limitation or issues for working in China? The first one is challenge of communication. This means that in China, there is a firewall of communication, indicating that websites, apps are censored, including Skype, Facebook, certain email addresses, and so on. This can be hard when the foreigner wants to talk to their family or communicate with work back in the parent country. Second is a language barrier. This would include that the official language in China is Mandarin, and there is over 50 dialects throughout this country. As the foreigner, it may be difficult to learn the new language, or they would have to be in an area of China that has some English-speaking language communication. The last one is difference in cultures. Some things that are handled in Western society may be handled differently in China that the new foreigner would have to deal Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. And now you're ready to get your work visa in China.